everyone, it's Haley. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. It's been a while, a couple months, so I can't imagine there's many returners. It's the end of the semester. It's currently December, I think 11th, no, the 12th. And I'm in a completely new space. The semester's been a lot, and I just kind of wanted to sit down, eat some cinnamon buns, and talk about it while I wait for my boyfriend to get out of work so we can go out for dinner. No, dessert does not belong after dinner. You can go anywhere. I figured the format for this video could be more or less like advice I wish I had known going into college. I'm not a senior, I'm a junior, but like, I feel like this year I've grown a lot and really turned into a person. And I kind of want to, if possible, share what I've learned with somebody on the internet, because it could be helpful. I have literally no script for this, so if it goes horrifically, so be it. In my last video, I'm pretty sure that was me talking about, the really rough roommate I had, and how that all went down, which definitely plays a big part in what I learned this year. The jump from my freshman year to this year is so large. Like, my freshman year doesn't feel real. It feels like it was a whole different person. And even last semester, it doesn't feel real. That was me who went through all of that, I guess. Sorry, I'm like annihilating my cinnamon bun. It looked delicious before I annihilated. I mean, it still looks delicious. It tastes delicious. My friend made me these for Christmas. She made the frosting too. It's like, I think it's cream cheese frosting, but I think it's great, personally. So I want to talk about that transition first, my transition from last year to this year. If you haven't watched that video, the one about the roommate issues, a brief summary is that I was rooming with this girl who I thought was my friend, which everybody does, and I lived in a room with two other people, so there was 4 of us total, and this girl who was an issue, she would like tell me one thing, but then tell one of the other roommates something else, and then tell one of my friends, the one who made the cinnamon buns actually, something else, and then was like getting involved in our lives and whatnot, and it just created this big circle of like, we don't know who to trust, and we don't want to tell anybody anything because we don't know what she's told other people about us. So it was like, it was a pretty big deal. She actually got kicked out of the school, and no longer comes here because of how bad her behavior was. You're welcome. But the transition from last year to this year was big. And not because me and the 2 other girls were living together again, and not because we added a 4th person to our room, but because we needed to learn how to be good roommates without there being drama, essentially. it was going pretty well for a while. I think the beginning of this semester was a little rough. I went through, like, a pretty big depressive episode, actually, that it got pretty serious, and then I later got out of that and realized that, like, I learned that one of my roommates had been lying, which was the whole issue from last year. And so we essentially had to deal with this whole situation over again, just with somebody new. And, like, it shouldn't have been that bad. We had a roommate meeting about it, talked about it, and this girl, like, blew it completely out of proportion, essentially, and, went to higher-ups and things and tried to get us essentially in trouble for this thing. Which, like, isn't a big deal. But I lived with an RA. And so a RA roommate going to a higher-up saying that the RA is doing things can be pretty damaging. So it was a whole thing. I moved. Again, my last video, I don't know if I said it, but at the end of last semester, I moved because of the issues that was going on with the roommate. And then this semester, I moved because of the issues that were happening with that roommate. So now I live alone, which is great. This is my whole room. It's pretty cute. There's a little lamp over there with a candle on it. My little shelf with all my collectibles and everything. It's really cute in here. But I live alone now. And on top of learning how to, like, be a good roommate to my roommates then. So sorry. I really learned that, like, people say you need to be your own person, but then they don't ever tell you how, because it's different for everyone. And then whenever you are your own person and have your own beliefs and personality traits and things, people will get upset at you for not conforming, but, like, not behaving in a way that they enjoy. I'm from New England. I behave like a New Englander. I've lived there my whole life. I go to school near Pittsburgh. Very different. Very, very different. I am the way I am. These people are the way they are. Of course, I have to change the way that I act to work for some of these people because, like, sometimes the things that I say do come across really harsh. Because that's how it is. But if that's how people are going to perceive me, I don't want that, so I will change the way that I'm behaving. Mildly so. So I'm not hurting people's feelings all the time. Well, this is something that you have to learn. And it's completely based on the individual. In Pittsburgh, professional settings, you have to talk a lot slower. And you have to really enunciate your words and put a lot of thought into things. And even with my professors at school, you have to really, like, know how you're going to behave. And if you act above your age, it's seen as fake, in my experience. And if you act childish, you're seen as childish. You can't be 20. You're what your status is, essentially. It's like, whatever. But also, it's like, I don't know, it's just hard, I guess. Because you have to learn how to behave completely individual to every person in every scenario that you're in. And especially at school, once you learn what those scenarios are, it changes again because it's a new semester with new classes. So, like, it's constantly changing. Personally, I feel like I'm becoming more Pittsburgh than I am Boston, but that's me. Like, it's just, being from out of state is so difficult. Like, it's like borderline international student. And I love my friends, but like, the way I am is very different. Another thing I learned this semester, aside from like how to be your own person. Oh yeah, I don't have any tips for that. You just have to learn what makes you you, and what are the things you're not willing to compromise on. Like, I have things that make me me. Like, my necklace has real scorpions in it. They're dead. Behind me, I have a whole collection. Those are real butterflies. There's a real scorpion somewhere over here. Like, these are real things that I enjoy to collect, and I love things the way that I love them. Somebody else might not like that, but if you want to be my friend and you want to be in my space, that is something that I'm not willing to compromise on. Versus, like, my vulgar humor. Or, like, I cuss like a sailor. Those are things that I'm willing to put away if somebody wants to be my friend, because that is the appropriate kind thing to do. So you really just have to learn what makes you you. And even with clothing style, if the way that I'm dressing is making somebody uncomfortable, that's their own fault. But you have to learn time and place. And is it a battle you're willing to fight? Personally, I think every hill is a hill I'm willing to die on. But that's me. Another thing I learned this semester was how to love properly, I guess. I don't know if you saw, on the back of my phone there's a picture. Me and my boyfriend on Halloween. I've known him for 2 years. We met at the very beginning of my freshman year of college and have been friends, like very, very close, good friends ever since. We never thought about dating. He was dating somebody else whenever we met. And we hung out once. I said hi to him at a football game because he graduated. I said hi to him at a football game, and then we got dinner one night and got dinner again and hung out, and it never stopped. I didn't know that you could be loved so wholly that everything that you do, the person loves. And that people are willing to work for you. Excuse me. For example, the minute we started dating, not the minute, but like about 2.5 weeks into us dating, my boyfriend changed his availability at work. So that way he would work in the morning and I could see him when I was done with classes. No matter what the day was. He changed his availability so he could always be available to see me. I had never had somebody put me before their work. To the point where, like, he had an interview for a new job yesterday and told me that he hopes he can get this job so we can start our future together. Now, I love very hard. I'm very passionate and verbal and love in a way that, like, scares people sometimes because of how deep I go. I have felt nothing but reciprocation from him, and that is scary to me because I've never felt loved in a way where I'm not worried about him cheating on me or lying to me or changing the way that he feels about me. He calls me every night after work and we talk all day long whenever he's available. Like, I'm not scared of being dumped while I'm home on breaks because he he doesn't live where I'm from. He's not from where I'm from. So, like, I don't know. It's just, I've never experienced this, and I had to learn that, like, it's okay to let somebody love you. Because I'd never felt that before, and didn't know that, like, people were gonna love you regardless of, like, what you think your faults are and whatnot. And, like, our relationship is so great. Like, we communicate on everything. Like, everything we do, we're communicating. And I don't know. I've never felt heard in a relationship. This sounds so sad. I'm so sorry, guys. Like, I've just never felt actually valued and, like, my opinion meant something. Versus, like, this guy where we talk about everything. He also buys everything for me. Like, everything. Has never once asked if I can pay for myself. He has always paid. Even on the first date. Like, and not that that's a big deal to me, but it just shows that, like, despite him not having a lot of money, he's willing to sacrifice what he does have for me. And I think that's beautiful. I don't know, guys. I don't know. The guy who assaulted me, got kicked out of school. So, like, that's cool. And this video took a sharp turn. I don't know. I'm just loving life right now. I feel like in the past, things have gone bad, and I just crash. But now I feel like when things go bad, it's gonna get better again. And there's no... Is there coffee in here still? No. But now it feels like when things go bad, they're gonna get good again. And I never felt that before. I've never felt, like, truly hopeful for the future, I guess. And now that, like, I'm dating my boyfriend, I feel like no matter what happens, at least we have each other. I do have to say I had to change my major. So, like, I am not the major that I used to be, which had, like, a very clear, direct workforce application. Now I'm something else, and still similar. I can tell you what I am now. I'm English literature now, which is great. But, like, I don't know what to do with that because I'm not about to teach. And so, like, I gotta chill. I could do, like, marketing, which I currently work in, or I could do, like, I don't even know. I work at a museum. That's, like, about it. Like, I don't know. And it's so uncertain, and it makes me feel so scared, but I don't feel afraid. Because I know that, like, whatever happens, and that's fine. And I guess that's my life lesson for today. Life lessons with Haley. Is that, like, no matter what happens, life is still gonna keep happening. And if it's outside of your control, don't worry about it. Like, when I was having issues with my roommate, there was nothing I could do to change her behavior, because her behavior is her responsibility. I can voice my problems. I can make my own changes to try to make her life easier. I can do all of these things to try and fix the situation. But if she's not willing to change, then there's nothing I can do further. And you just have to let life happen. and roll with it and be okay with it. And if what you've planned doesn't work, that's okay, because there's definitely something else that's going to happen that will help to get you to where you need to be. And if, like, I was English education, I wanted to teach. But in order for me to teach, I would have had to pay for an extra 1.5 years of schooling, and I don't have that money. And I cried when I was in my advisor's office, but when we were talking through it, I went through my options, and it was, I now have the ability to explore other avenues of creation, of passion, of everything, and whether I want to be a writer or what, there's so much more that I can do. And I think it's important to realize that, like, you may have something you want to do, but that doesn't mean that it's what's best for you. And things in your life will change to get you to where you need to be. Life lessons with Haley. I started a Substack. I'll link it in the description. It's where I talk and ramble and say things that I could put in a YouTube video, but probably won't. But yeah. Peace, love, happiness. Always pursue the good and the beautiful. I think that's it. Bye.